Hello. Hi. We've got some new members, so I thought I'd come on and just say hello. If you don't know who I am already, my name's Miriam, mostly called Miri, and I'm a self-love coach, and I run the group here. These amazing women in this group, you're definitely in the right place at the right time. I thought I'd come on today. I've not been on for a little while, and for the new members, that's because I have a little baby. He's going to be 4 weeks old tomorrow, so things have slowed down a little bit for me work-wise. I actually had like a really tough weekend, but it's come out like at the perfect time, if that makes sense. I'm going to explain that a bit better. If there's anybody here, I know it's a bit of a random time, but do let me know that you can hear me. If not, I suppose this is just made for me. My kids are here, so it might be a little bit chaotic, but there you go. We have to do this through real life. And you can hear, you might need burping actually, hold on a second. Okay, so I'm just feeding him, so give me a sec. You can hear him, hold on a sec. There we go. So we've given birth. What I wanted to say is that afterwards, for those who know me and have known me for a while, you may know that I actually have OCD and been diagnosed, and I've lived with depression and I thought he was going to puke then. He's alright. Do you want to see him? Where are you? There you are. Say hello. Okay, let me start again. So there's one person here. I can't see any comments. So I hope you can hear me. So I came on today because self-love isn't something that you just get and stays with you forever. Unfortunately, it's something that we have to work at every single day, especially when things aren't perfect, which it's never going to be perfect all the time. And for some of us, we live with conditions or health issues that make it harder. And so I thought I'd come on here about depression today because I've been diagnosed with OCD, depression, and a lot of anxiety issues, especially as I was growing up as a child. Since giving birth, I've noticed that these issues have been a lot bigger, and they've been more forefront in my mind, probably because of lack of sleep. When you know, I know when I'm tired, hello, how are you? I know that it makes everything bigger and a lot worse. Oh, sweetie. One moment, sorry. Oh, there we go. Today's live, and I was thinking I might be able to do this sort of like every day to approach a different subject, but they will be a bit messy and imperfect because that's me. So you have to let me know if it's too distracting, then do let me know, and what I might have to do is just do one weekly. It's a little bit distracting for me because I keep forgetting what I'm actually saying, but yeah. So since the birth, I've noticed that my depression, I don't know if my depression's been worse, but my OCD definitely has. I've got a lot more negative thoughts to deal with, and a lot more forgiving to do for myself. I posted it on Instagram today that I've had a weekend basically of just trying to forgive myself for not being exactly who I want to be. I have to accept that sometimes when my anxiety and my depression flares up, that I'm not as positive as I want to be, and that I can't do everything I want to do. Often I can't get out of the house, especially in the mornings, and it makes me feel like I'm a bad mum, and it makes me feel like I'm wasting time. That's my biggest guilt trigger, is that I'm wasting time, especially when you've got kids. So this is an everyday thing. So when you're depressed, you feel hopeless, or you have a different mental health condition that you're living with, it's often not something that can be fixed. It's often not something that even you can just take medication for and then it's figured out. Often it's something that you have to live with, even with medication, even with, counselling. It's something that you have to accept within yourself, and it's something that will be an issue, not will be an issue, but can be an issue every day. So how do you accept that and still love yourself, even on the bad days? How can you feel good enough when you don't feel good enough? And the answer, honestly, as with so many things, is empathy. It's empathy for yourself. And I literally cannot stress how important it is. I'm rocking, by the way. I don't know if you can see. That's why I might look a bit funny. I'm just rocking him. Guys, yeah, it's empathy. So you have to really forgive yourself. You have to look at what you're doing that might not be exactly what you want to be doing. And you have to have empathy and compassion. And if it was somebody else, if it was somebody that you love, and they were suffering, because it is suffering half the time, if they were suffering like that, what would you say to them? And what actions would you allow them to have because of how they're suffering? And so that's what you have to give to yourself. It's kind of like a gift of grace. That's the word I'm trying to search for. Grace. When you know somebody's going through a rough time, if it's a mental health condition or a physical condition, or they've got hurt, or they've been in an accident, hello, what do you give them daily? You give them grace, you give them compassion, you give them empathy. Now, if you love yourself, that's exactly what you need. And you need that from other people, but more than anything in the world, you need that from yourself. Now, I was going through, I don't know if you can call it a ritual, or I was doing something at the weekend through a course that I'm doing at the moment, where for each situation, you put yourself back into that situation that's caused you hurt, and you say, I forgive you, I'm sorry, thank you, and I love you, for each condition. And I found myself doing it for me, and I was actually visualising myself, and I was saying it to myself. And I had a really low day yesterday because I hadn't finished, and then last night I finished it, all of my past. And then this morning I woke up, and the only way I can describe it is that I just feel so open. I feel like I've forgiven myself. I feel like I'm going to have to do it daily, but I feel like it's possible, and it's possible. And as I always think, if it's possible for me, then it's possible for everyone, anyone. And so I just wanted to quickly jump on here, and you know, if you suffer with any mental health problem, especially because although obviously physical problems do occur for everybody, and some people suffer greatly with those, there seems to still be such a stigma about mental health and a lot of shame surrounding it. And there's no shame. There should be no shame. And you know, just know you're not doing it alone, and we're all here for you. Anyway, I'll speak to you guys later. He's finally gone to sleep. He doesn't want to be on the camera today. So anyway, guys, hello and goodbye, and I love you all. Bye.